Hey, my name is Benjamin Schumann, and this is the last video in our series on network pathfinding, agentifying your network. And it's a little bonus episode where I want to show you the cool things that you can do now interacting with your agent-based network. You might be thinking, my God, Ben, this is a lot of stuff to understand for something. Is it really worth it? Like for something quite trivial, you know? Okay, I can click on something. Okay, I can have full control over route finding, but still, come on, this is really over the top. But let's explore what the kind of things that you can do now. In this example model, you can tick this little edit edges tick box, and then you're in the editing mode essentially, where you could say, actually, I want to take out this path. I just click on it, it changes the visualization. I go out of the edit mode again. And now if I want to do pathfinding from right to left, it will not find a valid path anymore. Because this path, well, there is no path, but the edge in the graph is not there anymore. So if I reactivate this, go out of the editing mode, now the movement is entirely possible because it did find an edge. Oh, and it's also taking the detour because this is one directional. So how do we do this? Let's explore a little bit. Let's go into the path agent. This is where it all starts because I clicked on a path, right? So let's see what happens if I click on a path representation. We call the f_on_click method. And what this is doing is first it's checking, are we in the editing mode? And if yes, we basically check, is this path already blocked? If not, then we call the f_block path. So we're kind of switching back and forth between blocking and unblocking. Now, how do we block a path? Well, the only thing that we really need to do is we need to remove the edge of this in the graph. So we need to remove the forward edge and we need to remove the backward edge that our path might have. Remember, if we have a bidirectional path in the network, we create two edges, one from left to right, one from right to left, so we can move in both directions. If we have a path that's one directional, then we only fill up the parameter my edge forward, the other one would be empty. But by removing both, we're completely sure. Obviously, with this setup, you could also play around with making things bidirectional, unidirectional interactively by just removing the forward, by just removing the backward edge or putting it back in. But with this, we completely block the path. Now, on top of this, we will also update our visual representation. So we update those parameters, set them to null, and we change the visual animation of our polyline. So if you click on it, we have this dotted view. Now, unblocking is the same thing. Again, it happens when we click on it one more time while it's blocked. We now need to re-include the edges. We need to add those edges again. So the forward edge, we need to get first the node agent from our actual path. So we look into the path that is defining us. We look into where was it start drawing. So that would be the node here. We get the agent for that, the source agent, and the same for the target agent. And we draw a symbol edge into our graph again from the source to the target, setting its weight to the value that we usually use, the length. And we do the same thing in reverse. We also, by default, now draw an edge in the reverse direction. So it's always bidirectional in this case. Setting the edge weight, filling the parameters up again so they know about their forward and backward edges, changing the animation, and that's it. That's all there is to re-including our edges into the network, into the graph, sorry, and animating them. Now, the other thing that you can do interactively is change being bidirectional, one directional, as I said, but also obviously you could easily change the weight of your edge. All you have to do is go into the vgraph and say, set an edge weight for whichever edge you're interested in, maybe your forward edge, backward edge, or both. and change the weight. So for example, if an agent enters your path, arrives on a path, and you already have a couple of them on that path moving, and it's a busy path essentially, why not change the cost of using that path or the cost of using that edge dynamically by updating and increasing the edge weight? All easily possible now that you have this agent-based setup. So there are, again, infinite possibilities now. It's up to you making this into a useful network and a useful, powerful setup. But the basics are here. Off you go. Have a great time. If you have any questions, obviously reach out to me via my website or on Stack Overflow, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. So happy to help, and thanks a lot for sticking to the end. This was not a trivial exercise, but I thought I'd share it with the community because it's such a powerful piece of code and easily reusable. Thanks a lot.